guys, good evening, and welcome to today's yoga session. As we always do, we're going to start with a little bit of breath work to begin with. Today, during the practice, we will be using our yoga blocks. So if you have yoga blocks, keep them nearby so you can grab them as you need it. Let's gently bring our fingers in together. We're just going to start with some gentle breathing. Just find the pattern of your breath. We're not really trying to set any pattern. We're not trying to pressure our body. All right.
The green Malan.
There we go. All right. Let's begin. Nice deep inhales. So all we're trying to do is just notice our breathing, the air that's flowing in and out of the body. Notice your belly expanding and contracting as you breathe. Wonderful job. Keep it going. And as we get started with today's practice, we're going to remind ourselves to keep our mind with the body the entire time, and any thoughts that want to cross our mind will have to wait until our practice is done. Let's slowly bring our fingers up into a standing mountain. Today we will be going through a Chandra Namaskar practice. As many of you have practiced this with me before, know already, this is a series of poses that we will be going through. The Chandra Namaskar, in contrast to the Surya Namaskar, is a lot slower in pace. Each pose is held a little bit longer. And the idea of the Chandra Namaskar, as the name suggests, is done at the end of the day, and the purpose is to help your body wind down, stretch, and shut down for the day. Wonderful. Now, as we get started, we're going to start with a nice little flow towards the side, just opening up the side of the body, holding those fingers in together. Feet are together, planted to the floor. Feel that energy from the earth. Beautiful job. And we're going to come back in, drop the fingers to the heart. We're going to bring our feet out. Toes are facing out, knees are facing out. We're going to come into a goddess from here. So you want to start with your feet outside of hips. Toes are facing out. Your knees are going to be facing out. And from here, we're going to slowly bring our base into the middle, nice and gentle. Now, as you're warming up, you're going to take some time with those legs as you bring them down. Stay right there. Now, once you have your legs in position, we're going to start thinking about our core. So you want to really make sure you're having a nice straight back as you're coming down. So there is no arch in the back. You don't have your hips sticking back. So you want to bring the belly button in and engage your core completely as you're staying here. I'm going to show it to you from the side so you can see. So as you're in this position, you're going to start coming down. What we want to avoid doing is this. So if you're creating that arch in the back, sticking your hips out, you're going to take away from the legs and the core. So you want to bring that core in, engage it, and squeeze, coming into a nice flat back position. So that's our intention here. We're going to stay here for a bit. So let's get comfortable in that uncomfortableness. Anytime you feel like it's too much for you, you want to take a break, just come up, breathe, and then come back down with me. Now you can hold your fingers to the heart, or you could hold it out, inviting the energy from the universe. Use your fingertips. You could also come into a Gyan Mudra, bringing your thumb and your index fingers in together, touching. And through the pose, you want to really focus on your breathing. So make sure you're taking nice long breaths. And each time you exhale, you want to drop just a little bit lower, really getting those legs to work. So this pose is called the goddess because it's working a lot of your, your pelvic plate, your lower body strength, and also helping your reproductive system get healthier and stronger. So everything is working. Stay with me. Wonderful job. And when we're ready, we're going to slowly release out of it. Take your time. Fingers to the heart. Wonderful job. Now, as we're staying here, you have your foot facing outward already. We're going to take the other foot, face it inward. So your foot is now facing forward and to the side, similar to our warrior positions. And from here, we're going to come into a triangle. Drop the finger down towards the floor. You could also stop at the upper thigh if you feel like it's challenging to go down lower. You could also get your hand onto a yoga block if that helps. Breathing in, breathing out. Wonderful job. Stay with me. Keep it going, you guys. Great job. Now, if you feel like you're up to it, you could also bring your finger down towards the floor. You could bring it down all the way. Bring the heel of the palm down, whatever feels good. Pay attention to your neck position and your head. Make sure you're not dropping that head down. Everything is aligned. Great job. Slowly bring it in. Wonderful. Now, once you're here, you're going to take this leg, pointing both the toes to the same direction. So let's go. Both toes, same direction. Bring the fingers up. Nice deep inhale here. Tuck your belly button into the spine and slowly come on down. Now we have our fingers coming to the floor, and from here you're going to drop the head down. So you're getting your head close to your knee, and we're going to stay here. Now, as we stay in this position, your legs have a nice straight line going on, so no bend in that knee. You want to think about your back heel, pressing that back heel into the floor. And as your legs start getting warmer, as they're opening up, you're going to be able to get that head close to that knee, just a little bit at a time. Belly button is pulled into the spine the entire time. Stay here for me. Wonderful. We have some nice slow breathing going on. Wonderful job. When we're ready, we're going to slowly bring the back knee down onto the floor. So take your time with it. Slowly bring that back knee down. Toenails facing the floor. Slowly bring yourself up from here. Nice slow transition, so we're not getting dizzy as we move. So if you're moving too quickly, you could always get a little dizzy in the head. So don't do that. Let's stay here. We're going to open this leg up a little bit, so you have a wider angle in that front leg. Now from here, we're going to shift the hips forward. You know what's coming. Shift the hips forward. We're going to slowly release into a crescent, but I want you to come into the position nice and slow. So you can stay here if you'd like, or you can join me with your fingers up, coming into a crescent. Nice control with those arms. Arms are about shoulder width apart. Bring them to the back of the room. Stay, stay, stay. You're gonna feel that opening in those legs and bring it in. How are we doing? Beautiful. Now you're gonna slowly turn. We're gonna come into a nice leg opener. So take your time as you come in. If you need to, you could grab onto a yoga block. Now you're going to straighten out that leg and use that yoga block to balance if you need it. We're going to straighten out that leg. You're going to be staying on the other leg. So this leg is really bearing much of your weight, and this leg is the one that's really feeling that stretch. So you could also pull your toe in towards you. You could pull your toe out if you'd like to get a little stretch in that ankle. All of those are options. Stay here with me. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, as we stay here, really think about keeping that chest upright as opposed to moving forward. If you have your yoga block placed too much in front of you, you're shifting your weight forward. Instead, coming up, stay in a nice tall spine position. And we're breathing. Everything is working. That leg is starting to talk to you. I know, I can hear it. Wonderful stretch in that leg that is extending. Now let's bring it in. We're going to slowly bring that leg in. Both legs are in, knees turned out. We're going to try and balance in this position. If you need to hold on to your yoga block, you can do that. If you have a good balance going on already, you could always bring your fingers into your heart and stay here. Whatever feels good today. Staying up nice and tall. We are working on those legs, so you can feel your calf muscles are working. Maybe you feel a little bit of work happening in the quads, but it's all good. If you feel like it is too much and you need to take a break, you could always come down to a seated position here. So feel free to do that. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to keep that spine nice and tall the entire time. We're about halfway through our cycle. Now we're going to repeat on the other side. So let's start. We're going to extend our leg out, coming into that Skandasana. Now, once you're here, you're going to balance on your yoga block, or you could balance all on your own, whatever feels good to you. Keeping that chest up straight, really feeling that work in that leg that you're extending. This is also a great time for you to connect with your breath. If your mind is starting to wander, if you're starting to have thoughts flying in, there is a lot to think about. There's a lot going on and there's a lot to think about. There's a lot of commotion and chaos around us. And it is only normal that our mind wants to start worrying. And if that's happening, gently remind yourself to just come back here. Get your mind to that leg that is stretching. Get your mind to that breathing. All those thoughts are going to have to wait. Wonderful job. Now from here, we're going to slowly bring this knee down to the floor. So I'm going to move my yoga block away, bring the knee down. And from here, we're going to slowly come into that crescent pose. So slowly bring that foot in. I'm going to move my knee back a little bit so I could open up the ankle in that front leg. Wonderful. Once we are here, we're going to start shifting that hip forward. And as we're doing that, you're going to feel that leg opening. So the back leg is the one that should be feeling this. Try not to bring your shoulders forward as you're doing this stretch. I want your shoulders up, pressing into those hips. Start with a nice strong foundation here and bring those fingers up if you'd like, or you could also stay in that same position. Some people have a little bit of a challenge balancing with their fingers up. And if that's you, you're perfectly fine staying here. You're still working everything you should be working, so that's good. If you'd like, you could come here, join me for a crescent. Fingers tracing behind you. You're working your spine, you're working that leg. and in. Nice job. Now, when you're ready, you're going to slowly get up from this position. So I want you to take your time. Don't rush through it. You're going to get your fingers onto the floor. All right. Find your balance. Now you're going to slowly pick this leg off the floor. Coming in. Stay here. And then you're going to gently straighten out that leg. So now both my knees are nice and straight. And I have my back heel pressing into the floor. My hands are on the floor. If you would like to, you could always balance onto yoga blocks. This is an option. Now, once you have your balance going on, then you're going to bring that head in with each exhale. Now, what's going to help us get that head in closer to that knee? So sometimes you would notice that you're able to come halfway, and sometimes you're able to come in closer, or maybe you're just not able to get into that range of motion. It has a lot to do with hamstring flexibility. So you want to really work on increasing the hamstring flexibility. Lots of forward folds and bends and things like that, which work on the hamstring. But if you're having trouble coming down, focus on increasing that range of motion with every exhale. So when we exhale, we're really releasing the tension from the body, and that helps the muscles relax. And you're always able to get into a deeper pose when you're exhaling. So give that a try. Pressing both heels down into the floor. So wiggle your toes for me. Wiggle your toes so you can remind yourself that you're pressing with your heel. That's going to target your calf muscle, especially in the back leg. You're going to feel that calf muscle really working. Wonderful job, you guys. We're going to slowly come out of here into our triangle slowly. So from here, bring it up. Now, once we are up, we're going to start by turning our back foot forward. Your front foot is going to stay in that direction, in that same direction. Let's slowly drop. Nice and easy. Fingers up into the skies. And with the other hand, you're going to get it either to the floor, the ankle, whatever works. If you need to place your hands on a yoga block, go ahead, use those options. They are there for a reason, and they're there for a good reason. Wonderful job. Breathe. Great job, you guys. We're going to slowly come up from here, nice and easy. All right, we're going to bring that foot a little bit closer before we get into the goddess. A little bit closer. Now, toes out, knees out. We're coming into the goddess position, nice and slow, dropping down. Now remember what I had initially told us about keeping that back straight. So no arch in the back, pull that core in, engage everything. So when we talk about the core, we're not just talking about the belly, we're also talking about the glutes. So you want to squeeze all of that muscles together so you have a nice strong core going on. If you think about it, a lot of the the organs, the internal organs, actually are in the core area. Well, that's also why it's called a core, because so much of important stuff happened right there. So make sure you're engaging everything. That's how you're strengthening yourself from the inside. And as you're releasing every single exhale, I want you to just go down a little bit extra, a little bit extra. Keep it going. Beautiful job. And as you're settling into your goddess position, you should be feeling those legs burning. So that's a good thing. You want to squeeze that shift in, right? So bring the tailbone in and hold it in that place. You could keep your hands out. You could keep your fingers at the heart, whatever feels good today. Go ahead. Beautiful job. Now, wherever you are, I want you to give it a little bit of a try. Go down 1 inch for me. 1 inch from where you are. I know you got it in you. 1 inch. If you need to take a break, come on up, relax yourself, breathe, come back down and meet me here. Wonderful job. Stay with me, you guys. Breathe in, breathe out. Now give me 1 more inch. Drop it low. That's it. Stay with me. Stay with me. We're almost there. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. Those legs are talking. That's a good thing. Slowly release. Nice and easy. Bring the fingers in. We're going to slowly bring the feet in together. Breathing. Fingers up. Standing mountain. Flow to the other side. And hold. Breathing. And come back into the center. Nice deep breath in and out. Now as you're exhaling, you're going to feel that hips relaxing, your core is relaxing. Wonderful job. Slowly drop your fingers to the heart. Great job, you guys. Great job. Let's slowly transition to the floor. We're going to come down onto the mat. How are we doing so far? Now, as we get seated, if you want to drink some water, now's a good time. If you feel like your legs are tired, you want to just walk around the room, you can do that too. Now, as you get seated, you could simply sit with your legs crossed. You could sit in a half lotus. You could sit in a full lotus, whatever feels good to you. But as we stay here seated, I want you to take a few seconds, just think about how much of your legs are actually touching the floor. So take a few seconds to think about how you feel, how strong and how stable your base is. Bring the fingers into the heart. And exhale. Beautiful. Give me another deep inhale here. And exhale. We're going to take our left fingers towards the right knee. We're going to hold on to that knee. And with your other hand, you're going to bring it to the back. You're going to place the fingers on the floor right behind you, not far away from you where you're compromising your position. Keep it right next to your body. And from here, you're going to turn, turn, turn all the way to the back of the room as far as you think you can go, and hold. Now you're almost sort of wringing your body, right? Like you're squeezing it out, and just like you're squeezing a wet cloth and there is water that drips out of it, you're squeezing or wringing your body so that any stress, any toxins that you're harboring in the body are going to come out. When you actually think about it, when you picture it that way, it feels really fantastic. Great job. Let's slowly come back into the center. Nice deep breath in and exhale. Right fingers towards the left knee. Other hand coming behind you. Hold on to the floor, and using that as a pivot, you're going to turn, turn, turn all the way to the back of the room. And your turn is really coming from the core. So engage everything. Breathe in, breathe out. And gently come into the center. We're going to slowly come out of our seated position. We're going to hit the mat. So let's slowly come on down onto the floor. Extend your legs out. Extend your fingers, laying your palms towards the side of the body. Take a few seconds, just settle in. And when we're ready, we're going to slowly bring one knee into the chest, press it in. As you exhale, you're going to hug that knee in and hold. Wonderful job. Now we're going to bring the other leg where your foot is flat on the floor. Now you're going to bring this ankle to your knee. So opposite ankle to opposite knee. I now have my left ankle to my right knee. You're going to use your fingers and just press down here onto the knee, onto that upper thigh. So as you do that, you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch in your oblique muscle. You may feel it in the hip flexor as well. Hold. And when you're ready, take your fingers, wrap it behind your thigh. And you're going to hold it here. Nice deep breath in the middle. And when you're exhaling, you're going to slowly bring that knee in towards you. Now, as you're pulling this knee in, where you're really going to feel that stretch is right here from the glutes running down your leg. This is an excellent stretch, especially if you have any lower back issues, if you have problem with sciatic pain. This is an excellent stretch to do on a daily basis. If you're somebody who has a desk job, if you spend a lot of your time staying seated, this is a great stretch to do at the end of the day before you're ready to hit the bed. Do it on the floor, not on the bed. And you'll see a lot of relief. You'd be able to undo a lot of the damage we do to our body by just staying dormant for so long in the day. Gently release out of here, come on down. You're going to slowly switch the legs. So let's extend this leg. We're going to bring the opposite knee into the chest. Slowly bring it in. Nice inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to hug that knee in. And slowly bring it down. Now you're going to get the other leg up this time. So your foot is flat on the floor. Bring the opposite ankle to opposite knee. Now this time I have my left ankle to my, right ankle to my left knee. Take your fingers, gently press down on the knee. Feeling that stretch in that oblique muscle. And we're going to take our fingers, interlace them behind the thigh. You're going to hold it right here. Give me a nice deep breath here. And as you exhale, bring that knee in closer, closer, closer. Now, this is also a great way for you to identify where you may have some tightness in the body, where your body needs some stretching, some help. Our body is always great at telling us what it needs. We need to listen. Beautiful. Hold that in place. Give me a few more seconds here. Wonderful job. And slowly bring it down. Nice and easy. Let's place both feet on the floor. Bring your knees in. You're going to wrap your fingers around the knees. Holding it nice and tight. Bringing the knees into your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wonderful. This one's called a wind release. It's an excellent pose if you're trying to, work through some digestive issues, if you have bloating, acidity. This is a great pose to help you with all of those. Now, as you stay here, You could really just try to slowly move your body side to side, almost like a little massage for that lower back. Gently, just rocking side to side, helping your body and your mind relax. Wonderful. And when we're ready, we're going to slowly bring our head into the knees and roll up to seated. Great job, you guys. Let's take a seat. Bring the fingers into the heart. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Relax the shoulders. Relax your neck. And as we always do, we will finish our practice today with a little reflection. Think about what you liked about today's practice and maybe what you did not really like a lot. Reflection is a great way to help us carve the path forward in the direction that it needs to go. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you've enjoyed today's practice. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you, and namaste. Take care.